I'll say it because no one else will. All the white tea girlies on Book Talk and Booktube and Bookstagram, the ones who are specific about the romance books that they love, the ones in the specific little corner or big corner of the romance community within the book community, all of them only read white romances. And it's like the entire book community has completely forgotten what we were fighting for last year. Remember when we were all trying to read more diversely, read different authors and different main characters of different races and backgrounds. But no, it's like once everyone got into romance, it was just like back to all white books, back to white authors. Everyone just completely forgot everything. Yeah, so because of that, I had to make another video. Hello everyone, it's Sharice here. Welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be doing a part 2 to my black romance novels that don't include white love interest video. I did that video a few months ago, or many months ago now, and I got a lot of great feedback from it. A lot of people wanted some more recommendations and a part 2, so here you go. This video will be a recommendation to both you and myself because I cannot read these books fast enough to recommend them all to you based off of my own ratings and whatnot. So when I do these videos, I will be recommending them to you and also be doing research for myself. I'm going to make this like an ongoing series because there's so many black romances out there that no one's talking about, that aren't getting marketed, and we need to talk about them. We need to get these black authors getting paid, okay? We need them to get the recognition they deserve, all right? So let's get on with this video. Just a quick disclaimer, I live on a busy street, like I said in my other video. There's gonna be a lot of outdoor noises and I'm very sorry for that. I have my notes right here in front of me, so that's why I will be looking down. And yeah, so let's get into the video. So the first book I have is 7 Days in June by Tia Williams. This is an adult novel. All the books I will be mentioning today are all adult and all contemporary except for 2, and I'll let you know which 2 those are when we get to them. This is a novel about 2 writers and their second chance at love. Eva Mercy is a single mom and best-selling erotica writer. Shane Hall is an incognito, award-winning literary author who, to everyone's surprise, shows up to make an appearance in New York. When Shane and Eva meet unexpectedly at a literary event, sparks fly, but seeing each other also resurface some of their past buried traumas. What no one knows is that 20 years earlier, teenage Eva and Shane spent one crazy, torrid week madly in love. They may be pretending that everything is fine now, but they can't deny their chemistry or the fact that they've been secretly writing to each other in their books ever since. Over the next 7 days in the middle of a steamy Brooklyn summer, Eva and Shane reconnect, but Eva's not sure how she can trust the man who broke her heart, and there are some questions about their past that she needs answered. I loved this book. I gave it 5 stars. I thought it was so very good. I don't know why more people haven't read it and why more people are not talking about it. It is so good. Like the romance in this book, I think is one of those like really intense, deep, connected type of love romances. I'm not making sense, but you get what I'm saying. Like it's so intense. It's one of those romances that you don't really understand unless you're in it. Like from the outside looking in, it may seem a little strange, a little odd, but you know, like Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox, you know how their romance seems really intense, really personal, really like connected, and like from an outside looking in they seem quite strange and different and weird. That's what this romance in this book reminds me of, and some people may disagree with me on this comparison, but I don't know, that's what their romance reminded me of, like one of those strange, intense, strong romances that like no matter what they're always drawn back to each other, and I just love that. Like I don't know. Okay, so my camera cut off, but I was just saying how much I love that type of romance. I think it's so like intense and powerful. I just love it so much, and I love this book so much, so please read it immediately. Also, I just checked back, like my lipstick looks like a completely different color on camera right now, and I'm not liking it because it doesn't go with my outfit, but in person it does go, so I just wanted to say that. Okay, so the next book I have is Blackout. This is a young adult romance. This is written by 6 different authors. It is written by Danielle Clayton, Nick Stone, Tiffany D. Jackson, Nicola Yoon, Ashley Woodfolk, and Angie Thomas. These 6 authors bring the glowing, warm electricity of black teen love to this interlinked novel of charming, hilarious, and heartwarming stories that shine a bright light through the dark. In this novel, there is a blackout during a summer heat wave in New York City, but as the city is thrown into confusion, a different kind of electricity sparks. A first meeting, longtime friends, bitter exes, and maybe the beginning of something new. When the lights go out, people reveal hidden truths, love blossoms, friendship transforms, and new possibilities take flight. This book celebrates the beauty of 6 black couples and the unforgettable magic that can be found on a sweltering starry night in the city. I read this book too, and I absolutely loved it. I thought it was so cute. It's a book that I wish that I had when I was a teenager. It was just so great, all these different stories, and they all kind of connect in some way, and well, some of them anyways. But yeah, I just thought it was really, really sweet, really, really cute, and there's some queer romances in this as well, so I just really loved it. So, so cute. Okay, so the next book I have is called Real by Kennedy Ryan. So the way the synopsis is written, it's written in first person, so I'm going to read it exactly how it is. So stay with me. For months I stood by, an understudy waiting in the wings, preparing for my time to shine. I never imagined he would watch in the audience that night. Cannon Holt, famous film director, fascinating, talented, fine. Before I could catch my breath, everything changed. I went from backstage Broadway to center stage Hollywood, from being unknown to my name Neva Saint on everyone's lips. Cannon cast me in a star-studded Harlem Renaissance biopic, catapulting me into another stratosphere. But stars shine brightest in the dead of night. Forbidden attraction, scandal, and circumstances beyond my control jeopardized my dream. Could this one shot, this one role of a lifetime, the love of a lifetime, cost me everything? I don't know. This sounds so cute. I just love a good Hollywood romance. Okay, so I'm gonna read this. I cannot wait. It's been on my TBR for quite some time now. I heard about it from the Black girlies on Book Talk, and I'm really excited for it. So the next book I have is And They Lived Happily Ever After by, I think it's pronounced Teresa Behari. This one is magical realism, and it's also adult. So, alright. Successful romance author Gaia Anders has a secret. Anything she dreams at night is magically written into her best-selling novels. After a lonely childhood in foster care, her dream life is the only one she trusts. Gaia's real life just doesn't compare to her dreams. That is until she gets caught in one utterly surprising, crazy, passionate, real-life kiss. Now we have workaholic businessman Jacob Scott, who has had a crush on his brother's best friend Gaia since forever. But he can literally share her dreams. And it's not in the synopsis, but I'm assuming Gaia does not know that her dreams are being shared by Jacob. Living out their magical nighttime fantasies is explosive, but it's their waking desire turning Jacob's single-minded ways upside down. Both Gaia and Jacob have their own personal traumas and fears. Soon they'll have to face the hard truths about who they are and what they're running from. And the only way to break this curse is realizing true love's real-life power. This is one of those synopsises where I'm just like, what's going on? But I want to know. I want to know more. I want to read this magical realism. I love it. Yes, I'm excited. So the next one is Sweethand by N.G. Peltier. After a public meltdown over her breakup from her cheating musician boyfriend, Cherise, her name is Cherise, y'all. Her name is Cherise. My name is in a book, okay? And when it's spelled completely different, and I'm sure it's pronounced differently because from the way it's spelled, it seems like hers is pronounced Cherise. My name is pronounced Cherise. You probably can't hear the difference, but there is a difference, okay? Cherise, Cherise. All right, anyways, it ain't about me. It ain't about me, it's about the book. So let me continue. After a public meltdown over her breakup from her cheating musician boyfriend, Cherise swore off guys in the music industry and dating in general for a while, preferring to focus on growing her pastry chef business. Cherise's younger sister reveals she's getting married in a few months, and when Karen King, the most annoying man ever, is back in town and is going to be the best man at her sister's wedding, avoiding him is impossible. Karen doesn't know what to make of Cherise now. They've always butted heads. To him, she's always been a stuck-up brat who seeks attention, even though he secretly has a crush on her. Now with Cherise's sister marrying one of his good friends, he can't escape her as the wedding activities keep throwing them together. When things turn heated after a rainy night of bedroom fun, they both have to figure out if they can survive the countdown to wedding day without this turning into a recipe for disaster. Y'all already know I'm going to read this. My name is in the book. I'm going to read it. But it also sounds very, very cute. So I can't wait. Okay, so the next book we have is Behind the Scenes by Christina C. Jones. If there's any one thing Pierre and Logan have in common, it's their ability to invite snap judgments based on shallow views of who they are. So pretty much they're used to being judged by other people. Logan is the privileged only daughter of a respected family whose legacy runs long and deep. Pierre is the moody orphan son of big screen royalty who couldn't possibly live up to the prestige of his pedigree. Or maybe not. Perhaps they're just two people trying to navigate the pressures of a world hell-bent on telling them who they should be. Maybe what they need most is somebody who can see beyond the shallow first impressions, just one person they can allow to see behind the scenes of who they are. This sounds cute. I'm gonna read it. Sounds very, very cute. It seems like not the typical Black story you hear. Like, they seem to be both kind of like elite in society, but very much judged and just want to find somebody who understands them. So this sounds really sweet. Okay, so the next book is Digging Up Love by Chandra Blumberg. This one comes out January 1st, but I decided to mention it anyways because it only comes out in a few weeks, so it'll be out soon. Alicia Blake works her magic in the kitchen, creating desserts for her grandfather's restaurant in Illinois. Though she is close to her family, Alicia can't help but dream about opening a cookie shop in Chicago. She may be a small-town baker, but Alicia has big ambitions. Then, a dinosaur bone turns up in her grandparents' backyard. When paleontologist Quentin Harris arrives to see the discovery for himself, he's hoping that the fossil will distract him from a recent painful breakup, but instead he finds Alicia and sparks fly. But Alicia is scared to fall in love, and Quentin's trying to make a name for himself in a competitive field. This novel is about chasing your dreams and finding love in the process. I love it. I love an unconventional little romance, you know, a guy who wants to find dinosaurs and a baby girl who wants to have a cookie shop. And I love that. I love that for this Black couple, and I'm gonna read it, and I can't wait. I've been thinking about all of them. I'm obviously going to read them all, and I obviously cannot wait. So I don't know why I keep repeating that, but I'm just emphasizing, okay? Okay, so next we have Perfect Find by Tia Williams. Will a 40-year-old woman with everything on the line risk it all for a lusty secret romance with the one person who could destroy her comeback? Jenna Jones, former It Girl fashion editor, is broke and desperate for a second chance. When she's dumped by her longtime fiancé and fired from Darling magazine, she begs for a job at StyleSign.com from her old arch nemesis. But Jenna soon realizes she's in over her head. She's working with a digital savvy millennials half her age. The 22-year-old videographer assigned to shoot her web series is driving her crazy. Wildly sexy, Eric Combs is way off limits, but almost too delicious to resist. This is a novel about star-crossed love and starting over. I'm excited for this one. Again, here I go. But this one's being turned into a movie, and I believe the guy is going to be played by Keith Powers, and you know, he's a looker, so I think this would be a really nice movie. I mean, he's really nice to look at, so just saying. I think the woman is going to be played by Gabrielle Union, if I'm remembering correctly, and you know, she's already an icon, so yeah. I can't wait for the movie. I'm gonna read the book. So yeah. Okay, y'all. So I had a package come in. I had to go take care of that. I'm really like hot and tired now. That's where the cardigan had to go. I've been refilming this video so much today. Like, you guys have no idea. Like, that's why the first clip is in different lighting, because I first filmed this video in natural lighting. Now I have to use my ring light, which I did not want to do. I want to use natural light, but it's raining today, so everything's just all off today. Anywho, let's get back to what we're talking about. Actually, you guys probably, it's been only a second for y'all, but it's been like a half an hour for me. Anywho. Okay, so the next book we're going to talk about is While We Were Dating by Jasmine Guillory. I think that's how you pronounce it. I actually finished this book earlier this morning. So yeah, here's the synopsis. Ben Stevens has never bothered with serious relationships, but when he lands a huge ad campaign for his marketing job featuring movie star Anna Gardner, it's hard for him to purely be professional. Anna is not just gorgeous and sexy, she's also down to earth and considerate, and he can't help but flirting. Anna Gardner is on a mission to make herself a household name, and this ad campaign will be a great distraction while she waits to hear if she's booked her next big movie. However, she didn't expect Ben Stevens to be her biggest distraction. When Ben helps Anna with a family emergency, they share an intimate moment and reveal truths about themselves to each other. When the opportunity comes to turn their real-life fling into something more for the Hollywood spotlight, will Ben be content to play the background role in Anna's life and leave when the cameras stop rolling, or could he be the leading man she needs to craft their own Hollywood ending? So yeah, this book was cute. I liked it. It was fake dating, which I'm not the biggest fan of if you watched my first part of this video, but I never read fake dating before really, so this is like my introduction to it, I guess. But they already liked each other before they started the fake dating, so you know, but I think it still counts. But I liked everything about this book. This book had therapy in it. Like, I thought that was really great, especially for Black men and within the Black community, period. Well, and like both main characters are in therapy, and I love that. Wait, are they both in therapy? Y'all, I just finished the book this morning, and it's just been a day. Okay, it's been a day. Anywho, so yeah, I really like this book, but the only thing that kind of like, you know, had me on the fence about it was the first time they kissed and the first time they had sex. Because the first time they, you know, do the do in a romance book, it has to be a moment. The reader has to feel like, oh my gosh, it's finally happening, here we go. But I didn't get those feelings. And the reason is because if they had literally just waited like an hour within that same scene, then I would have been like, yes, you know. But okay, this isn't a spoiler in my opinion, but if you think it is, you know, you can skip to this time. So the moment that they kiss for the first time and have sex for the first time, so they have to go to a hotel, they have to get a room at a hotel, and this would have been perfect to have the one bedroom trope. Okay, we already got the close proximity trope, we want the one bedroom trope, we love that stuff, you know, or at least I do. But there were 2 beds in the room. I'm like, okay, missed opportunity, but all right. And then right when they got in, they hugged, and then they kissed, and then they had sex. Like, what? No. What should have happened was they should have got to the room, they would have seen that there was 1 bed, and they would have been, you know, trying to like keep things professional, try to not like touch or be flirty, you know, they will have conversation, whatever, then they'll go to bed, try to stay on their separate sides of the bed, you know, not really speak, try to go to sleep and be good, professional, whatever, but then they'll have a moment where they turn to face each other, they have a deep conversation, then one of them touches the other's face, they scooch closer, then they kiss, then they have sex. That would have been a moment. That would have been a moment. So yeah, so that's my only downside about this book, was the first time they had sex and the first time they kissed. So everything else was good though. Everything else was fine. But that first moment disappointed me. But yeah, still a good book, and I still think you should read it. So apparently this book is also part of a series, which I did not know, but within the series you can read them all as standalones. So While We Were Dating is actually the 6th book, and I forgot what the series is called, but it's the 6th book in the series. And the main character, Ben, his brother, he's really close to his brother Theo, and his brother Theo's girlfriend is named Maddie. And in the book, Ben says to Anna, like, do you want me to tell you how my brother and his girlfriend met? But the author doesn't actually explain how they met. So I'm like, okay, why would you mention that and not explain how his brother and his brother's girlfriend met? I'm like, okay. But because because Theo and Maddie have their own book called The Wedding Party. So that's apparently the 2nd book in the series. Alright, so let me tell you about what The Wedding Party is about. Maddie and Theo have 2 things in common. Alexa is their best friend, and they hate each other. After an oops, we made a mistake kiss, I guess that oops, we made a mistake kiss happened in the 1st book, but I'm sure you don't need to read it to know the intensity of it, I guess. After an oops, we made a mistake kiss, neither one can stop thinking about the other. With Alexa's wedding rapidly approaching, Maddie and Theo both share bridal party responsibilities that require more interaction with each other than they're comfortable with. Underneath the sharp barbs they toss at each other is a simmering attraction that won't fade. It builds until they find themselves sneaking off together to release some tension when Alexa isn't looking. But as with any engagement with a nemesis, there are unspoken rules that must be abided by. First and foremost, don't fall in love. So this sounds cute. I'm already attached to Maddie and Theo from the other book, so I definitely want to see how their love story came about. So the next book we have is The Boyfriend Project by Farah Rodshin. I hope I pronounced that correctly. It's the 1st book in a series, but I believe that this series can be, each book in the series can be read as a standalone as well. What happens when 3 women discover, thanks to the live tweeting of a disastrous state, that they've all been duped by the same man? They become friends. Samaya Brooks never thought she would be that girl, but a live tweet of a horrific date just revealed the painful truth. She's been catfished by a 3-timing jerk of a boyfriend. Suddenly Samaya, along with his 2 other girlfriends, London and Taylor, have gone viral online. Now the 3 new besties are making a pact to spend the next 6 months investing in themselves. No men, no dating, and no worrying about their relationship status. For once, Samaya is putting herself first, and that includes finally developing the app she's always dreamed of creating. We love a smart woman. Which is the exact moment she meets the deliciously sexy, honey-eyed Daniel Collins at work. When it comes to love, there's no such thing as a coincidence. But is Daniel really boyfriend material, or is he maybe just a little too good to be true? Okay, so the second book in that series is The Dating Playbook. When a personal trainer agrees to fake date her clients, all rules are out the window. When it comes to personal training, Taylor Powell kicks serious butt. Unfortunately, her bills are piling up, rent is due, and the money situation is dire. She's in need of a miracle. And Jamar Dixon might just be it. The also fine former footballer wants back into the NFL, and he wants Taylor to train him. There's just one catch. No one can know that they're dating. But when they're accidentally outed as a couple, Taylor's game plan is turned completely upside down. Is Jamar just playing to win, or is he playing for keeps? Okay. That is it for our list of Black romances. I hope that I've given you guys enough recommendations to last you for a little while. There are a lot more books that I want to mention, but they're not coming out until like later next year. There are a lot of queer books that I want to mention, but again, they're not coming out until much later. And also with a lot of books, queer and straight, you know, whatever. It's hard to tell if they're Black romances or not, because the cover doesn't really reveal much and the synopsis doesn't tell you like both people are Black, you know. It's like there was a book I started reading the other day, and I thought it was gonna be a Black girl with a Black guy. Like I thought it was gonna be like a cute YA romance, but it was actually a mixed girl with a white guy. So I was just like, oh, okay, you know. So it's really hard for me to tell sometimes with the synopsis and the cover. So bear with me. I will have a lot more options next time with a lot more different genres and a lot more queer books to mention for you all. So yeah, it's just a little bit hard sometimes because I can't tell. Like I have to do a lot of research to know, and it's hard because I don't want to do too much research because I don't want to get spoiled, you know. So yeah, so just bear with me. I'm trying to make sure these are all Black romances for you all, okay? And I don't know if I mentioned this already. I'm gonna make this an ongoing series. So yeah. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that I helped, and I will see you guys in the next video.